In psychology, many struggling individuals essentially have childlike mentalities. They get easily frustrated with things, lacking process thinking, cultivation thinking, and long-term perspective. They feel powerless doing anything and tend to give up midway. Their heart seems anxious on the surface but is fundamentally empty, numb, and unfeeling. The only time they might feel alive is when experiencing anxiety and fear. You'll notice these people typically have a learned helplessness-driven laziness, stemming from receiving minimal validation in childhood. They rarely heard parental praise and acknowledgement. Their inability to persist despite trying comes from a subconscious belief that effort is futile, essentially a deep-rooted lack of self-belief. At the deepest psychological level, their core need is craving others' praise. Primarily from parents, the child's earliest and only initial audience. Some parents excel at mastering the art of undermining and discouraging their children, like invalidating their feelings, saying, "Why are you crying? Can't you understand anything?" Criticizing their capabilities with statements like, "You can't even do this small thing. What will you do in the future?" Even attacking the child's entire being with, "How did I end up with such a disappointing child?" In linguistic suggestion, repeated lies eventually become perceived truth. When parents repeatedly negate a child's efforts, constantly telling them, "You can't do it. You don't understand. No. How are you so stupid?" These become the child's life mantras, a psychological phenomenon known as the gaslighting effect. Another category experiences childhood conditioning to be quiet, obedient, non-confrontational, and not disruptive. The definition of a good child. As these compliant children grow and enter society, they become invisible within crowds, afraid to express their thoughts, hesitant to pursue their genuine desires, more susceptible to manipulation and suffering. Meanwhile, those bad kids who dare express their inner thoughts often gain more. They're permitted to follow their instincts, becoming braver in pursuing their passions, rather than overthinking and second-guessing. So what can we do if we're already in this situation? Psychological progress is driven by two primary motivators, fear and love. They might look similar externally, both enabling persistence, substantial energy investment, and significant sacrifices. But their internal dynamics differ dramatically. Fear-driven action becomes hyper-focused on outcomes, demanding absolute victory. It creates a belief of "I must do this perfectly," driving meticulous attention to every detail. Yet simultaneously, it generates immense stress and exhaustion. The subconscious will activate fatigue mechanisms to halt self-punishment. The magnitude of fear directly correlates with self-coercion capacity. People will use increasingly larger fears to force themselves toward success. But the drawbacks are clear. When exhaustion reaches a certain point, the subconscious triggers a defensive mechanism, depression. In contrast, love-motivated individuals don't conceptualize persistence and effort traditionally. Success is welcome, but the process itself is enjoyable. Their attention remains on the journey, not the destination. If you're undertaking something, focus on optimizing the process, making it comfortable. Remember, not persistently forcing yourself is the ultimate form of persistence. Reflect on how most things you've tried to maintain were abandoned, while those pursued without deliberate commitment often endured.